I think nostalgia is one of the weirdest feelings we experience as people. And because it's supposed to make us happy, but sometimes it kind of just ruins my day. I'll hear an old Minecraft song or the Xbox 360 startup sound, and for about 5 seconds, I'm transported back to being a kid again. Back to staying up way too late, back to playing Call of Duty with my friends, and back to a time when life just felt a lot bigger and a lot simpler at the same time. And then the feeling kind of disappears. And I'm sitting there realizing that all of that happened over a decade ago. I don't know. Maybe that's why nostalgia feels so strange. It's one of the only feelings that you can make you smile or hurt at the exact same time. When I think about being younger, I don't necessarily remember specific days. I remember moments, coming home from school and throwing my backpack on the floor, hearing my friends join the Xbox party and staying up later than I was supposed to, and watching YouTube videos on school nights when I should have been asleep a long time ago. Even weekends feel different, and I swear Saturdays used to last forever. Now it feels like Friday shows up, and before I know it, I'm sitting there on a Sunday afternoon wondering where the weekend went. And holidays were different too. Halloween actually felt creepy, and Christmas felt magical, and even the little things felt bigger than they probably were. But honestly, I don't think the best example of nostalgia for me is a game. I think it's a girl. Not because I think she was the love of my life, or not because I think we were supposed to end up together, but because she reminds me of a version of my life that's gone now. We went to different schools, so sometimes I'd only get to see her once a week, and somehow I'd spend the entire week looking forward to it. I remember sitting on the couch watching Harry Potter together and constantly checking the clock because I had a midnight curfew. And when midnight got close, I'd find myself hoping for just a few more minutes, just one more conversation, one more scene in the movie, just one more excuse to stay. And at the time, I thought I was worried about saying goodbye to her. But looking back, I think I was saying goodbye to something bigger than that. It was a season of my life and a version of myself. You see, the future still felt wide open back then, and everything felt possible. And even now, years later, there are certain movies and certain places, certain songs that immediately bring me back there to her. Not because I'm stuck in the past and not because I want her back, but because certain people become attached to certain chapters of your life. And when you miss them, sometimes what you're really missing is that chapter. And I think that's what nostalgia really is. It's not remembering things because they were perfect, it's remembering what it's like to experience them for the first time. That first friendship or heartbreak, that first concert or your first car, your first time staying up all night with friends and thinking, life would always be like that. Because I don't think we actually miss the games, I don't think we miss the music, and honestly, I don't think we even miss the people most of the time. I think we miss who we were when those things happened. That's the part that gets me. Because you can replay an old game and you can listen to an old music, you can rewatch old movies, but you can't go back to being that version of yourself again. You can't go back to being 12 years old. You can't go back to not knowing what was coming next, and you can't go back to those exact people, those exact nights, those moments. The game wasn't magic, and the music wasn't magic. Even the crush wasn't magic. It was the moment. The moment was. And moments don't come back, at least not in the same way. Maybe that's why nostalgia hurts. Not because we miss the past, but because the past reminds us that time is moving, whether we're ready for it or not. But I don't think nostalgia is a bad thing. Really, I think it's a reminder of what mattered, a reminder of the people we loved, the places we cared about, the moments that shaped us. And maybe nostalgia isn't there to make us live in the past. Maybe it's there to just remind us that life can still surprise us. There are still people we haven't met, still memories we haven't made, still moments waiting for us somewhere down the road. Because if life gave us moments worth missing once, maybe it can do it again. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it.